Alright, well, if you guys have been watching my content recently, then you know that I recently released a video about my reflections on my night admitting rotation. I actually had a couple of clips from back when I did my first senioring and night admitting rotations back in August, and that was when I was back at Kaiser, and I thought I would just post them here to kind of chronicle just kind of that time and just kind of have something for myself like later in the future if I ever wanted to remember what my first senioring and admitting rotations were like. So here's just a couple clips from there. I do honestly want to know what kind of things you guys want to watch because I think, you know, it is kind of interesting for you guys to see some vlogs basically of my experiences going through residency. But I also want to know, do you want to see more of this type of content, or would you like to see more types of guides and stuff? Because I still have a lot of guides I want to work on, but I've just had like this crazy backlog of videos that I've been working on for a really long time. And so I'm just trying to just get all this content out as much as I can, just practicing making videos and things like that. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this kind of content where I'm just talking about my thoughts during residency, because if you're going through a similar experience or you're going through residency too, it might just be something interesting to listen to. But let me know what type of stuff you guys want to see in the future, and I hope you enjoy the video.
State the nature of your medical emergency.
So tonight I'm going in for my first night as a night resident, where I'm going to be admitting patients overnight. I'm going to be covering the ICU and the floor patients. And this is going to be at Kaiser, where I'm the only resident that's there. So I'm basically completely alone. And it's kind of nerve-wracking and terrifying at the same time. It's also exciting. I feel like it's going to be a really big growing opportunity for me, but I am definitely really nervous about it too. So I thought I'd kind of chronicle how the night shift goes, how I feel tomorrow morning. There's a lot of things where I feel like I still don't feel 100% comfortable on things, because I'm going to have to do procedures on my own, which is something that I've signed off on, a lot of them, but I haven't really gained the full confidence to do procedures on my own yet. And also code situations, if a really sick ICU patient starts decompensating and then I have to lead the code. I haven't been in that many code situations due to COVID, so I'm actually pretty nervous about that. So we'll see how tonight goes. Admitting patients all by myself is going to be a different experience too, because before, all of last year, I had a senior resident who was with me the whole time. You know, on the one hand, I feel like it's going to be nice not having somebody watching me the whole time, and I can just do things how I like to do them. But on the other hand, it's nice having that reassurance that there's somebody else there to catch any big mistakes that you might make. So I'm a little worried. We'll see how it goes. I'll keep you guys updated. All right, I'm here all alone at Kaiser. Just got my ICU list and my floor patients. I don't really know what to expect, so we'll see what happens. Got my 3 pagers right here. And there's a lot more COVID. It's coming back hard, you guys. So it's gonna be a scary, interesting night. We'll see what happens. All right, I didn't get my first admission until it's 10:45 now. I only got 1 page the whole night. I got 4 pagers on right now. Here goes first admission. All right, so I'm back home, about to get ready to go to sleep. Ended up being really a chill night. I barely got paged. I only had 1 admission, 1 ICU admission, and even then it was a very soft admission. I can have up to 2 other floor admissions. And to be honest, I kind of wish I had more admissions. There's one thing about, you know, working in the hospital and going through residency is that you don't want it to be too hard where you're getting overwhelmed, but you also don't want it to be so easy that you feel like you're not getting enough practice and building confidence. So I was actually kind of wishing that I had like maybe 1 more admission or something to work on. But I ended up actually sleeping like an hour and a half while I was there. Again, I just had very few pages, so I was kind of just doing some other outside hospital work and studying, like doing my Anki cards and stuff. There was 1 code blue that happened on a floor patient, and it wasn't my patient, but as soon as I heard that, I like started heading up, and it's like, oh my God, this might be the first code that I run. But by the time I got there, the overnight hospitalist was actually already there, and they were DNR, but okay for intubation, and it was basically just a code blue for intubation. So I didn't really do that much there. So that was kind of a little bit of adrenaline, you know, thinking about going to run my first code, but not this time. So we'll see how the rest of the nights go. I think because this first night wasn't that eventful, I'm definitely going to keep recording for the next couple nights and see what happens. We'll see how the other nights go. All right, so I finished my second shift and got 2 admits. Felt like it was a lot better than last time because got to do some practice at least. In terms of all the patients, it hasn't been overwhelming at all. Like The ICU patients have all been stable. Really helps out a lot when everybody's keep tucking in their patients really well. Got 2 admits, and I really like having additional practice but not feeling like I'm overwhelmed at the same time. And so still a weird feeling doing an admission on my own, but overall it's pretty fun. I like doing it. And then I like coming in the next day and figuring out if what I did was correct or not, or if the team thought any differently. So I felt like today was good, not too overwhelmed, but also felt like I got good practice. All right, so after those videos, I kind of stopped recording a little bit, but I remember some of the patients. The most interesting patient I saw a case of hypokalemic periodic paralysis, and that was very, very memorable because I remember reading about that so much and doing questions where patients would have this, and to actually see it in real life is just pretty amazing. And just seeing people get so much better with their potassium getting replaced. After that, I went on to senioring the Kaiser day team, and that was a pretty good rotation. I enjoyed it. There was a lot of admissions during the daytime. It's just a kind of constant. You get 2 overnight and then 2 during the day. And I felt like I did an okay job. I just kind of was really struggling to figure out if I should be seeing every single patient all the time, and how much do I need to be double checking the intern's work, because I was just looking at the orders all the freaking time. And after that, I did 2 weeks on VA ICU, and the VA ICU, I think overall went pretty well. I was obviously very nervous for senioring an ICU team, but I got my interns a lot of different procedures. I felt like it was pretty good. We didn't do that many admissions during the daytime, which kind of sucked. And I was kind of getting burnt out at the end of it. Like every time after my 2-week ICU shifts, I always feel a little burnt out. But the medicine in the ICU is obviously very, very fun. I feel like overall my interns enjoyed having me as their senior, even though I was like feeling kind of burnt out. And I know I can definitely do a better job than I did that time. My biggest concern was getting them out on time, and I didn't want to do too much teaching to like kind of hinder them from doing that. But then I started realizing later that, again, I should just do more teaching, hopefully try and help them out a little bit. And I think I still helped them a lot in terms of like learning how to navigate the EMR and how to do an admission and put in admission orders. Like I gave them a lot of autonomy, and I remember as an intern, having a lot of autonomy was like the most useful and the most grateful thing I had. Like I just hated when I had seniors who would just like try and do everything and not let you do anything for yourself and not learn. So I think just giving people autonomy, showing them how the ropes and how to do things, I think that was appreciated by my interns. So at least I can walk away from the VA ICU feeling like I did a good job doing that at least. And overall, that was my first month of inpatient rotations as a PGY2, and it went overall pretty good, I think. I definitely was feeling kind of tired at the end of it, but I think at the end I was satisfied by it, and that kind of led up to this inpatient block, and hopefully this time when I go back to senioring a team full time, hopefully I can do even better than I did that time. So again, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what kind of content you want to see in the future, as I mentioned before, and hope you continue watching, and thanks for watching again.